Hi Capricorn, how's it going? We're here with the timeless reading for you. Let's see what we have going on. A time of action. A time of also knowing when not to move. Okay. I'm seeing you in a bit of a difficult situation, but you're going to definitely get a good outcome with this. Okay. I'm seeing you in the position of King of Wands. This shows that whatever this situation is that you have going on, you are kind of the like ringleader of this. I'm seeing Three of Pentacles, so while you may find yourself in a situation with other people, this is actually with you and yourself when it comes to how you're showing up and showing out too, because we have King of Wands here. Was I saying Pentacles? We have King of Wands here. We have Three of Pentacles. We have Nine of Swords. What this means is that you're in a position right now where you're actually working with these two aspects of yourself. One aspect of yourself, which is the King of Wands, is the part of you that's like, I'm going to charge ahead, like this is me, this is how I'm going to do things, like that type of energy. And then Nine of Swords can be you dealing with a situation where like most likely others are involved in this. Whatever it is, can be a work situation, interpersonal thing, what have you, whatever it is. But I'm seeing that this is bringing up, like, it could be bringing up fear, it could be bringing up worries, you could be feeling beside yourself about something, could be bringing up anxieties, like something that maybe you're having a hard time processing. A lot of mental energy I'm seeing here. And this may come at an inconvenient time because you're like, I have to be showing up in this way, and now on the mental like plane I'm sort of dealing with this thing too. And like maybe you feel like you have to be the one, it's like the president of this collaboration. It's like everybody's looking to you to sort of do what you need to do here, but it looks like you're mentally preoccupied with something here. It feels like maybe you're not trusting yourself to do this, or maybe you're questioning, or maybe you're overthinking, or what's this? Let me find out. Hold on. I want to know what this Nine of Swords is about. Like, what's on your mind here? What's the problem? Because something does feel like a bit of a problem. Like, it doesn't feel calm to you. You don't feel calm about this. You don't feel centered about this. About your life, about what you have going on, how you're living. I'm seeing Emperor come out. Maybe this is also about finding your own voice when it comes to the way that you do things. Because the King of Wands is this part of you that's like, this is how I show up. This is the way that I get things done. And it's like your own way of doing things. It's like, it can also be the way that you guide others. It's like your nature in that way. The reason why I'm saying guide others is because I'm seeing Three of Pentacles here. So it's like everybody's put in a group to be doing something, right? Something needs to be done. Something needs to be worked out. Having you be in the position of King of Wands, it's like you're kind of in charge of this. But then having Nine of Swords over here, you could be feeling like, yeah, like maybe physically I'm showing up or doing things or getting things done, but then on the mental side of things, it's like I can't sleep at night because all I can do is think about this. So maybe it's like really stressing you out at this point. I'm seeing though you show up. I'm seeing you show up and sort of do your thing. Nobody may know sort of the mental side of this and how that's impacting you. And I'm seeing like you're not the only one involved in this situation. So I will say that just like for those of you that are in this and you're like, does anybody like know sort of what I'm going through? Like, are they able to pick that up? I'm not seeing that be the case at all. I'm seeing it be more so like you're showing up like this, like nobody's like none the wiser about this situation. It's like you're showing up and doing your thing and like standing in your position. It's just, it feels like sort of in secret, the like heaviness of how this is weighing on you, like taxing mentally. So you feel like your mental health is sort of suffering. I do believe that this would be, like, why would we have these other cards here if this isn't directly associated with this situation? It has to be, right? What's the problem? I don't get where this is coming from. Okay, so let me say it like this. You get appointed this position. You're in charge of this group of people. Okay, we need you to show up like this. If you take out the mental energy here, I'm seeing you be sort of in charge of these people, leading them a certain way. Like, this is the way that we're going. This is the way I want to go. Everybody's going to listen to me. Everybody's going to follow me, because I'm seeing, like, that's the position that you're into. Like, you're supposed to be doing that. And I'm seeing Page of Wands over here. So it's like, you're not only figuring something out, this can be like cooperation, getting everyone to work together, communication, like needing to listen, needing to take charge, like those types of things, where maybe you're in charge of getting everybody to work together or do something that they're supposed to. Something about this stressing you out. Maybe it stresses you out to be in a leadership role. That could be something that bothers you. But I'm also seeing too, like, Eight of Swords. So it feels like maybe it's about trying to be something else, like, other than you actually are, that's stressing you out, or like not trusting yourself to be yourself. Because I'm also seeing Eight of Swords here, and this is you feeling like, I feel almost like I don't know how to move or move forward. Like, I'm feeling stuck on something. But then I'm also seeing this Page of Wands here. So it's like the path is in front of you. There aren't any complications. Like, there are just mental complications to this. But everything else I'm not seeing be a complication. It's like stuff is moving forward. I'm seeing a lot of Wands energy. So this is about, it's about like what's motivating you. It's about what's like driving and carrying you through this process. Having King of Wands shows you being in a spot where, like, you're made to be doing this. Like, you're on a path that's very connected with the way that you show up. So it makes sense why you would be like, this is the way that we're going down the path. But for some reason, it's almost like, because of whatever this is going on mentally, you almost feel like it's blocking you or hindering you from what's the path that you're already on, and literally like what's already in front of you too. Because this is right here, but it's like almost as if you can't see that because you're so consumed with it. It's like this is going on, and you see too the mental energy, eyes covered. So you could feel like your mental energy is not benefiting you right now, rather it's hindering you, because all you need to do is feel your way through this. Like, you let yourself be inspired through this. You don't need to think about it. Sometimes we need to think about it, not in this case, because you're too in your head. You need to actually descend from this, and you need to come back into your body. You're just thinking about it too much in a way where it's not benefiting you anymore. You need to like let go. You need to shake this loose. Some of you may be moving around to help shake this energy up, or do something that feels like joyful or inspiring or creative. Also too, something that can help when we're too far into the air energy is focusing on something else, like doing something where you don't need to be like thinking and processing, but it brings you into your body. You can do grounding things. You can like walk outside with bare feet. You can go like touch a tree. You can take a shower. You can like listen to music where you're not processing, but just sort of like tuning into things. You can like do a puzzle or something like that. You can do coloring. Coloring can be really helpful. Something where you don't feel like it needs to be this whole game of figuring something out, where it will sort of take you away from whatever this is, enough to like bring you down a bit, because you're just like too high up with this. Something else that I'm getting coming through that can be helpful is needing to doing something with your hands, which hands are related to your Mercury energy. So you could do something like bouncing a ball, like you could like go play a sport, like whatever it is that you want to be doing, but something where you're going to have to be physically present for it and not be like, you know, zoning out and doing whatever it is that you've been doing. You're just spending too much time like sitting around focusing on this when like it's really just action that's needed. It feels too like things were all right, and then like I don't know what this was exactly that happened. Maybe it just feels like a crowded room a bit, because this thing where it feels like something's not okay mentally for you, it happens right after like everybody's supposed to be working together. So like, was that not what was happening? Did it start feeling stressful where you were like, I don't know how I'm gonna make this work, how am I gonna get everybody on this page? Like maybe it was something like that. Maybe also part of this can be difficult because like King of Wands can be a very independent energy where you may really like to do your own thing, and having Three of Pentacles means that there are like maybe other people involved in this, and you could feel in some way like it sort of, you could have interpreted this as taking away your freedom in some way or how you like to do things. However, you can basically like mold the group to do what you want to do. Like you are the one that's in charge of this. So you don't need to step into it and be like, now because what this person and this person wants to do, I can't do this anymore. Like you basically get to call the shots here with the Three of Pentacles and King of Wands. Because it's like, it feels even like this would potentially fall apart without you. Having this Page of Wands over here shows that when you move through the air energy and you sort of connect back with this part of yourself that's ready to move forward, you already know where you want to be going. The path that you want to be on, where you want to be going, and I'm seeing the Ten of Pentacles be connected to it, so this is something that's going to be really solid for you. Beneficial, grounded, secure, those things. Seems like that's what you're focused on. It looks like you've accomplished things for yourself, because I'm seeing Ten of Pentacles be below you, where it sort of feels like you're on top of that. So this can be like, I'm on top of this goal that I had for myself, or it can be I've secured this thing that's important to me. I'm seeing a really sturdy foundation beneath you. And because it's Pentacles, it can be about your material stuff. It can be about your resources, whatever that may be. So I'm seeing you be like, it feels very like king of the hill with this. Now sliding over to whatever this like working situation is that you have, I'm seeing that's what's currently being invested in. So you could feel like, as far as my individual energy, I sort of already completed what I needed to complete. But when it comes to my collaboration energy, where I'm like with this other person or these other people, so it goes like single project to group project. Single project is completed, you reach the goal. Group project is still being invested in. So maybe you have two things going on at the same time. One of them is done. One of them is more than halfway done with Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Nine of Swords is coming from a place of there's conflict. You're working something out. I wonder too if there was tension, like when you were doing something by yourself, like things were good. When you get thrown into the mix in this Three of Pentacles, where like other energies can be like coming around, then it kind of feels almost like you built something and you perfected it, and now you have other energies coming through, and then I'm seeing like the chaos sort of begin, and you're like, I did this whole thing, like it was fine when I was working on it and everything was good. And then there can be this feeling of like other energies come onto the scene, and then it starts getting chaotic, and you may be in a space where you feel like mentally like delicate or sensitive in relation to that. Like maybe this chaos is not working for you, and then it's having you feel stuck, and you may be even like second guessing your own moves then because of that. But the point of this is that like you're not supposed to let the point of you going into this situation where other energies are not to lose yourself within that. It's to still be able to sort of like come out as the leader within this situation. So this is not you molding yourself to the group, it's molding the group to you, actually, whatever this is. And that's why it was so important that you sort of developed this on an individual basis, and you like perfected something, it seems like. So now that like other energies are in the mix, it's like you already sort of had this self-mastery. Now this is mastery of working with other energies and being able to still keep your like vibration through this. And whatever was like driving and inspiring you and like motivating you and was like the force that was working through you that you were tapping into, you're meant to like keep that same energy in this situation. Having Five of Wands means that you may have been addressed or you may have been challenged, and immediately you could have felt like you shut down because of it, even if you didn't show it. Because I feel like this is just something that you on the inside, you're experiencing this, but other people may not know that this is what you're experiencing. What do you want to do about it? It feels like you can either stay in this space where you may just feel beside yourself about something, or you could move the way that you want to move and do what you want to do here. I'm seeing those sort of be the options for you. It's like you already know what you want to invest in. I wonder if this is leading to some type of choice where it's like, are you going to do something by yourself then? Or is this a situation you can work within? Because I'm seeing you, and I'm seeing this sort of situation, like whatever this situation is where these other energies are, I'm seeing it's something that you've been like really showing up for, like really putting your energy into. But at this point, like I don't know what exactly it is, but whatever is like really feeling mentally distressing to you, to the point where it almost feels like you can't function within this. It feels like on top of that, a choice needs to be made, but maybe you're also feeling stressed about needing to make that choice. Like maybe you're at a point where you're like, I don't want to be feeling conflict about this. Like, I want to just be able to keep doing whatever. Maybe that's not possible here. Maybe something needs to be done then. Because it does feel like things were really good and things were really solid, and like maybe everybody was working together. Now having Five of Wands come up, it's like that's not really the case anymore. Like there can be a lot of like butting of heads that's happening, and then sort of having a hard time, I don't know, like problem solving, dealing with that. Because I'm seeing Five of Wands, which is like, okay, some type of conflict that's being worked out. And I'm seeing like your response be Eight of Swords, which is almost like, I sort of want to ignore this right now. Like I almost feel frozen. And that sort of being like the reaction to this. So it feels almost like something that maybe you don't want to go into. Like maybe you'd like rather not deal with this conflict. But then you could feel like it's not letting something proceed then, because I'm actually seeing that you need to, like, you're in charge of coming up with some type of plan here. You could also be deciding something, because I'm seeing 2 here, 2 of Swords and 2 of Wands. And I'm seeing you be the one where it's like, okay, like, what are we doing now? Are we going this way or are we going that way? And you have to say what's happening. But I'm seeing a lot of difficulty sort of moving through. What's the advice with this? It seems like planning and continuing to move, things are going to be a bit alleviated. Let's actually use this. What's the advice for Capricorn? Things look very doubled within the reading. I don't know if this is like a parallel thing or you have somebody with you that's sort of like traveling along. 2 characters here. We look at the moon, 2 trees there. And it feels too like maybe the advice for this is being with like whoever you care to sort of be with you for this part of the journey, because the Lovers, it's about like relationships. Lovers are also about choices that we make within our relationships, about our relationships, about the people that we connect with and what we maintain versus what we release, those types of things. It feels like entering into the moon is sort of like within this partnership or within certain relationships, going into the unknown and exploring that. Because this is over here, like we know what this is, but I'm seeing there be this move to go in a direction where maybe you don't know what's going to be going on, but like this being the advice to go into the unknown, to explore it and see what's going on, to move forward. And this is also about trusting your instinct as well, like trusting that even though you're going to be flying into the night and it may not be so easy to see, you can sort of like feel out the way if you're tuning into yourself, and that also being the advice here too. This is also giving me the vibe of like having the right type of like interpersonal support, so you feel sort of like maybe more confident. So maybe this is also about not necessarily having to do this alone, but going with like those or somebody that you trust into this situation and exploring that and seeing what happens. But because it's the Lovers here, it can also be a choice of like, do you want someone to go with you or not? But still going this way to see what's out there. All right, everybody, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.